Now finished at the British Museum, and here is the University of London Senate House. When this building was first built, it was kitted out with lots of awesome 30s Otises that were extremely high-tech, cutting-edge, latest technology for their day. Let's see if I can find any. This is the main entrance. And the tower. These are the main lifts of the building. Sadly, they've been modernised. They've tried to be a bit synthetic, but it hasn't really worked. They've tried to make it look old style, but it only works for people who are really gullible. It's obviously not a 1930s Otis indicator. It still runs like a 30s Otis, and then it has a stupid delay. The original light switches. I got kicked out. University libraries don't care about knowledge, they only care about earning tuition fees. It's the service lift, which has been modernised, although unlike the other ones being modernised as generic, that one's actually got an Otis button. It's a modern Otis button. University libraries. It's like University of London, like they don't, and in most universities like this, they don't care about people being interested and wanting to learn, and they don't care about anything except for university tuition fees.
Second floor. Doors opening. Going down.
Now in upstairs. There's some rooms which are not locked. Let's explore this building. Interior design is really nice. That lift. That lift is actually the one that's thought to be the haunted lift. There's some people who believe that that lift is haunted. My chance of finding an original lift aren't actually that high. So I think it's worth a look. This is the Humanities Captain. Everyone's hostile, but they're also incompetent and don't notice you. It really is like being in the actual Ministry of Truth. Graceful. What's this? It's locked. Is it a lift? This is the interior taken using flash. It doesn't look like a lift, but there is an identical door on the ground floor, which also has a button next to it. Like a lot of new lessons, for some reason it only seems to be the library that they're so fussed about you not going. Wow! Lexan! Awesome Otis! Oh no, it's not working. So that, these doors, and that modern car top control, yeah. I mean, these are Otis Lexan buttons. Wow. Sadly it's not working, but he's supposed to be touch sensitive. I found an Otis Lexan. Isn't completely original, it's got the button to place, but just Otis pre-Lexan that replaced with Lexan. Both sets are just as awesome as each other. So now I've here to the dead end and the ugly part without the original interior design. Now in stairway 3. No entrance to effect to through the staircase. 3. We're now at the top of the staircase. And there is the roof access. Can't get out there because there's no door handle. It appears to be locked. The door's a bit warped though. And just like in 1984's Ministries, the rooms all had 3-digit numbers. Institute of English Studies. Just back where I was before. Around there there's the Lexan lift. Trying to see what's up staircase 2. Also goes into a mag-locked part. Please be inactive. Oh. Staircase 3. Down. Doesn't appear to have a mag-lock. Don't think it is locked. Basement. Construction site, can't go in there. Now on the ground floor. Try not to be too intrusive. This is that weird thing that looked like a lift. Let's see, it might be a was locked. Some more awesome Lexan. I think this is the lift I saw earlier, just on the ground floor. Sadly it doesn't work. This, I looked up on the floor plan, I think is a fire exit tower. Not sure. This is the north building. It's the IHR. I looked on Street View in there and it has a 30 notice. So I did manage to see inside the IHR using Street View. This is the main lift. It's a 30 Otis, but it's been modernised Dewhurst. But also on, I'm not sure what floor it is. I'm going to do a bit of a look around, sorry. Oh, that's the main lift. I'm going. floor it's on, but it's around here. I think it's in here. There is, in the third floor, this. And this is an Otis Lexan haul station. You can see here Otis Lexan button, and this, which when installed in the 30s, these sorts of indicators, even indicators which use a separate bulb for each floor, which I really like, they're my favourite type of indicator, but even so much as these ones, these sorts of indicators, they'd pretty much only just been invented. And so that's how high-tech they were. These sorts of indicators, so like the first of their kind, only just been invented, they were installed here. But sadly it's ticket gates. And in there, an original 30s Otis. I'm just going in just to push the buttons. So the indicator, ground 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are 30s Otis Lexan buttons. These are just disabled access buttons. Sadly the fifth no longer works. The rest of the north block is locked and heavily modernised. So I managed to explore the second floor, and the ground floor, but first, third and fourth floors were locked up. And fifth floor, and I want to go in the tower. Those things disguised as bird boxes do look a bit sinister. I guess especially so in the Ministry of Truth, like they're listening to you. And the Ministry of Truth, which was set in this building in like a fictional alternate future, it was set in this building, was actually concerned with writing. Basically what they did was they wrote what was essentially a novel, a work of fiction, and then taught it to everyone in school in history lessons, so they could control what people thought that history was. And I suppose this building, the library in here, restricts access to knowledge, and in a similar way, so do the Ministry of Truth, which is set in an alternate, well, it was a future from the 1930s. The past. This shows how 1984 was written. Basically, restricts access to their library, which is like the way the Ministry of Truth restricted access to knowledge. Hope you enjoyed my mini sermon. And these are which have Dewhurst and have this key thing. And the key thing doesn't lock the third floor, surprisingly. Originally, Otis horribly modernised by Express Lift Alliance. The way it runs is reminiscent of a 60s Otis, but it's still worse. Probably locked. Lock not working properly. Press to exit, great, I can get out of here having need to. S, I thought we were in the north block. Is this door locked? Yes. Sadly, this has all been whitewashed in a very similar way to how churches in the Reformation were whitewashed. It's said there was an old lift through the seminar room corridor. Let's see if it was right. I'm keeping my hopes up, but I don't think I'll find any working lifts with old Otis buttons. Emergency exit. Modernised. Keeping my eyes out for anything that goes through to one of the people in the bell rooms, so I'm not going to bother. And it's one way. This lift is an MRL. That sounded so cheap! Oh, seminar next door must be quiet. Sorry. Express this alone. So cheap. Clear, man. Yeah. This is a new lift that was installed not very long ago, and it's a Clear, man. And it's really cheap, nasty MRL. Now in the basement. Ministry of Truth basement. These lifts make me really sad. When this building was cutting edge 30s Otises, the cutting edge technology for their day. To Clayman Shanghai step. So horrible. Cheap, nasty. Yeah, look, that's going down very slowly, and it looks so, the way it moves looks so weak and flimsy. This is just, they've gone from just cutting edge lifts to this. It makes me sad. Simply
Lift going up.
Stupid, slow, flimsy lift with Shanghai step. And what the hell would... It's just like... Yeah, it's making those stupid noises. This is so weak and terrible quality. And from cutting edge to this, that's just horrible. And this lift is actually single speed. It doesn't level because it goes very slowly. Not working. Stupid generic. This makes me so sad. In the 1930s, this building was built with the latest technology in these lifts. And now, just really cheap, horrid, flimsy lifts use really stupid technology and really horrible. It makes me sad. And this is the Institute of Classical Studies, another area which I didn't get to go in. Basically, here, as you can see, there's this gate, and there's this gate, and this opening here, this is actually a gate, and when I went there, the gate was closed, so I wasn't able to go through. But, as you're about to see, there is an old Otis with a Lexan button on the south side. And there's lift to upper reading room, and it appears like it might actually be functional. Although I think that was a Lexan lift that I saw February 2015. So I think that maybe a year ago this lift was working. This is the one with the Lexan buttons. It's on the south side of the building, and it goes from the south entrance it stops at the first and second floors, offices, and then this is the third floor, where for some reason there's only one button. The other floors have two buttons, and then it actually continues up to the upper reading room. It goes to floors. The upper reading room that's on the 6th floor, I think. That's the 5th and 6th and 7th floors. And the lower reading room is the 4th floor. I don't know why it would say lift to lower reading room. So the lift would terminate at the 4th floor. Or actually, I was thinking of the main lower reading room. This is the classical studies reading room. Where I saw this lift was on the 2nd floor, so it goes from the ground floor entrance up to the 1st floor, which is some offices, 2nd floor, some more offices, 3rd floor, which is the lower reading room, it's the lower classical studies reading room, and the 4th floor, which is the upper classical studies reading room. And this lift no longer works. It's sadly broken.